Hello everybody, this is T from katescraftycloset, and today we're going to make this thank you card using just an ink pad and an embossing folder. So let's go ahead and get ourselves started. Like super simple, super easy, and quick. All depends on what you have in your stash. So first thing we're going to go ahead and do is pull out our handy dandy scoreboard, and we're going to take some cardstock. This is a 120-pound brand is Accent. You get off Amazon. So we're going to score at, since we're doing that, we're going to score at 5.5. The first score is always a little tricky when it comes down to thicker cardstock, because it'll slip and slide on you. So we'll just flip it over, crease it. Like I said, Teflon bowl folder, always a better option. One of these days I'll find mine. Okay, so we're kind of basically done with that for the moment, and we're going to bring in, this is a panel. Excuse me, I cut about 4, but I left the 5.5 alone because there's a frame around this embossing folder, so I know how I have to trim it a little bit once it's done, but for the sake of the inking part, we're not going to cut it down just yet. So this is a Darice thank you embossing folder. It's just called Thank You Framed. Okay, so put that to the side. We're gonna go in. I think I tested both sides of which one I like to ink better, and it's like you have an emboss side and a deboss side. The deboss side came out better to me, in my opinion, than the emboss side. This is the color that I used earlier. Champagne pink is VersaFine Clair. I figured we'll try a different color. I'm going to use VersaFine Clair. We're going to do a Warm Breeze, which is like a bluish green. And I'm choosing these because they are a pigment hybrid, pigment ink. So it stays wet longer, so it gives us time to do that embossing folder. So just make sure it's inked up pretty well. Okay, try not to overdo it, but if you do it, it's all good is what I say. And I'm just going to, because there's ink at the bottom, I'm going to line it up on the top. You can, after you put it in there, through a piece of tape. I've actually been using Scotch repositional tape, and I have to say it's amazing. So I'll link everything that I possibly can in the description box below. So I'm going to go ahead, and I have my Vagabond here, and we're going to run this through. And like the end result I'm okay with, no matter what. I'm not going to redo or anything like that. How it comes out, like organic. So here we go, we open it up, and bam, that's what we have. It all depends on the coverage that you put on there with your ink. Each time will be different. Like I said, pigment gives it a little bit more better coverage, less splotchiness, even though there is some in it, but I'm totally 100% okay with that. It's like, it's even just gorgeous like it is, right? It's like, it's gorgeous just like that. So the next thing we're going to go ahead and do is, I have some of this glitter spray. You can use any kind of glitter spray you want. This is mainly for, I got this on clearance at Hobby Lobby. So this is like for fabric and stuff, but you can use it for whatever you want to. Have my splat box here. Earlier I went outside and sprayed this because it's a nice day outside and it's just better. But for the sake of this video, I'm just going to shake it up a little bit, and I'm going to spray. Like, it dries pretty quickly because I'm not putting a huge amount on that, so we can pull that aside. Like, I'll bring in the pink one a little bit. It's like, I'm not quite sure if you can see the glitter on there, if you, depending on which way. Like, I mean, I can see it. It's like, holy camole, it's awesome. So we're going to bring back into our card base, which that's not it. It's over here, Tony. Bring that in. I'm going to use it as a side folding card like this. Just going to kind of eyeball it and see how much. Well, on this one, I don't really have to trim anything off. I like that. So that's awesome. Cool, cool, cool. So for this video, I will bore y'all to death just a little bit. So, and put on some foam squares and adhere it to the card, and then we're going to put some gems on it as well. Sorry about that. I had to go grab some more foam squares. You would think I would keep them close by, right? Maybe I should do that. All right, so I'm super generous when it comes down to putting these foam squares on there, because if I'm putting them through the mail, I want to make sure they get there intact and not all squishy and lopsided. So, but you don't really need to put foam squares on this card. It could be a one layer and just put it on there and you're good to go. And I like to put a little dimension on the card. Okie dokie. Now we're going to sit here and play with the release paper. And it, like I said, it's always not tea friendly, but I do my best. It would be awesome if there would be a product that I could put on top of that release paper and it all comes off. I tried the cling wrap, was it press and seal? It doesn't work. I tried it, trust me. And anything else that I would have in my stash would be way too sticky, and would probably just ruin what I just done. So I'm gonna put a little bit of my art glitter glue on the foam squares just so I have that ability to have a little bit of wiggle room. And how come this is gonna work perfectly fine until I go live on camera, and then it wants to dry up and clog up on me, but that's okay. Just gonna grab one of my pokey tools are now for unclogging this glue. I don't use it for anything else. Ooh, see, a little bit too much. That's okay. We'll just grab it with the best tool in the craft room, the finger. Okay, and you always have a microfiber cloth right here onto the side. Wipe that off. So we're going to go in, and I've learned in the past, stand it up, hold it, as opposed to trying to what I call eyeball it. I don't really do a very good job at that, and I'm super okay with how that looks. Boom. Kind of press down a little bit, and that spray has to dry a little bit, so it can be a little sticky at first, but then it will dry completely and be 100% okay. So I had put pink gems on that. I do have some blue ones. Let's try and see how these blue ones look. I think, see, it's sticking to my finger, but that's okay. Okay, I'm okay with those blue ones. I think those are nice. I'm going to put a bigger one down there, and I'll put two small ones over here. I like the placement of that, and I do believe. Do I have my pickup tool? Yep, look at that. I'm gonna grab that art glitter glue again. So, if y'all have anything specifically you want to see me show or do on this channel, please let me know in the comments below or send me an email. I'm not worried about that glue oozing out. It's gonna dry clear and it'll just be totally okay. I'm just going to do this with my finger since it's already on there, and less pickup mess I'm going to have, and I'll do it over here too. Okay? Just let me know. I'd be more than happy to do my best to what I can. I do mainly clean and simple cards, but I'm willing to go outside my comfort zone if I need to. So that is the card for today. See how quick and simple that is? Like I said, if you don't have that thank you, and see, I put it on backwards. Look, see what I did there? Didn't even realize I put it on backwards, but you know what? That's okay. That's 100% okay. I'm not going to frustrate myself on that one, because it happens. But I can do later, I can just trim this down and put it on top of another card if that bothers me that much, but it's not going to bother me. So here we have this pink and this blue on that. So see how things happen and you don't even realize you make a mistake, but that's okay. We learn from those mistakes and we go on. We all make them, So I want to thank you all for joining me. Like I said, I'll do the best of my ability to link products in the description box below for your shopping pleasure. Make sure you check out the store site at katescraftycloset.com and use coupon code SAVE5 to save $5 off of your order of $25 or more. So check that out. Check out our social media platforms and Instagrams, Twitter, Facebook. We have a Facebook group as well. We'll do lives and just interact with one another. So thank you all for joining me today, and have a crafty day, y'all.